Are you in a relationship?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Do you think me and you have tension?
Dylan,
just be honest. Look in the camera right now and tell me. Do you think we have just a little bit of sexual tension?
Dylan, you're the only person that I send houses to.
I know we do send houses
that I would live in with you.
Every time.
You know what I mean? Like literally.
Every time I go a picture from Jon Carden. I go, what is it? I go, is today the day?
Is today the day?
Family brings joy. It's childhood destroyed. Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Tammy's boy. Tammy's boy. Hey, it's Tammy's boy.
Tammy's Boy Podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Jon Carden is not a licensed therapist. He is just a friend.
Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on into Tammy's Boy. I'm Jon Carden. You know me by now. My second stepdad, my second step grandpa once caught me masturbating on the same TV, or masturbating to porn on the same TV that he used for NASCAR and Jesus on Sundays. And so that's why I do this podcast, is because I've got a lot of crazy stories. And if you've got crazy stories, make sure you're writing in to tammy'sboypodcast at gmail.com with your stories about your parents and any of the wacky, wild things that happened to you growing up. More from my producer, Mr. Cole Garrett.
Guys, how in the hell are we doing? We got a great episode for you today, as always. A full video is going to be available on YouTube and Spotify. And in case you don't like watching it, we're going to have it out there on all your other podcast listening platforms. In case you don't want to watch it, I think you should, because I think it looks pretty good. But that's just me. No matter where you're watching it or listening to it, give us some love, subscribe, hit the like button, whatever you got to do so that we can make these things bigger and better for you. That's enough out of me. John, tell the people who we got on the couch today.
All right, Tammy's boys and girls. We've got one of my near and dear friends. He's at 1.3 million on TikTok. What? 700,000 on Instagram. Fucking killing it. It's the Feelin Girly Podcast. It is my buddy, Dylan Carlino.
Hi, how are you? That's when you say the numbers, it sounds so stupid.
Yeah, no, but it's big.
I know.
It is big.
It is crazy. Sometimes I look at it, and every once in a while when I'm stoned, I can like look at it and be like, oh, that's crazy. But honestly, after a minute, it doesn't feel like anything. I know that sounds so bad. Also, I just wanted to quickly say about your step grandfather walking in on you jerking off. What did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I put it away and ran in shame.
Yeah, so there's this guy I watch on OnlyFans, and he is like German, and he goes over to his German step grandfather's house, and he's like I'm gonna stay with him, and then he like lets his like hot grandfather walk in on him, and then they jerk off together.
Europeans.
And it really does something for me.
Okay.
You brought up yours. I'm sorry, is that bad?
No. It's just a lot to process.
Yeah.
Like, that's familial? Is it incestual?
It's step.
Oh, step.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Not real grandpa.
Yeah, it's
step.
Yeah, it's step. Step's okay, according to porn.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone's pornos.
Everybody's porn is step porn now. Yeah. What is it that's so, like, before we get into it, what is it that's so erotic and fascinating? Is it the cohabitation, the close quarters,
the forbidden?
It's the forbidden nature of it.
That's what everybody loves, is forbidden.
Yeah, it's the apple, right, in the garden.
Yeah, of course.
I'd like to throw my 2 cents in there for
Please.
this, okay? So for me, as long as I've been watching porn, which has been for a long time now,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Long career.
Yeah, exactly. I'm tenured. Okay? So the step...
You got skin in the game.
The step, whatever. I never looked at that. I just looked at it as like, well, clearly they're not. This is fake.
Yeah.
I just care about what she looks like.
Yeah.
For me, it was never about that. So I always thought about that. I'm like, are people really watching these specifically like for like the story of it?
I don't know. That part, they ruin the story every single time. It's like a good movie trailer, and then you go see the movie, you're like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That because they're always like, hey, step bro. It's like, you don't have to be like that. It's like, it's so much more subtle than that.
Yeah.
Like, just be like, I don't know, surprised. They go so fast to fucking, and you kind of go, there should be a little like,
You want like 20 minutes of like
maybe we shouldn't
fluff?
do this.
Yeah.
Raise the stakes a little bit.
You need an ethical conversation before your incest
Yeah,
porn.
just kind of like, I don't know if I can do this. Like my dad and your mom just got together. They seem really happy.
Hey, we all went to the pumpkin patch the other day. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was like a normal family thing. We're gonna ruin it with this sex.
I know. And it's also, it seems like, I don't know, there's something about like it being a step guy and a step girl that I'm like, that's wrong. But if it's like two step brothers, I'm like, well, yeah,
You
you guys, we're just step brothers.
Oh,
We can
man.
jerk off together. Who cares? By the way, just this podcast is so funny because this is like every single one of my Grindr hangs, just like hanging on the couch. What's gonna happen?
Oh man, this is not. This is not how my Grinder hangs go.
No, yeah. What it is like,
I thought Grinder was a sub app.
I do love a good Grindr, like sub.
Yeah, me too.
They're the best.
They're so good. Up north, dude, northeast.
Yeah, that's the only place they call them grinders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only place you can get confused by
Yeah.
meat.
It's so bad.
All right, so we always start this off, simple question, man. It's who raised you?
I was raised by, a real small town love story.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, small town Massachusetts. Of my dad, whose name's Brian. He's a roofer and works at the lumber company in my hometown, and hates his life. His nickname is Fugly, and everybody in town calls him that.
Everybody calls him Fugly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I actually didn't even, I talk about this on stage a little bit, but like I didn't even know my dad's first name wasn't Fugly until I was like 9, because everyone would be like, where's Fugly at? I'd be like, he's good. They call him Fugs. It's been his nickname since like childhood. So like, and yeah.
Why do they call? Anybody doesn't know this? Fugly is short for fucking ugly.
Oh, I thought it was fat and ugly, but
No, it's fucking ugly. That's
Yeah.
what I always
Yeah,
knew.
that's what I always thought too.
yeah, see, I think it depends on where you grew up. But
Okay.
yeah. Or Corky, the guy from the Goonies, is his other nickname.
No, that's Sloth. Corky is from
yeah.
Life Goes On.
Oh, okay.
That was a Down syndrome actor. Now, I remember Corky. dude.
Oh, okay. Because my dad's nicknames are Fugly and Corky, and
So it's basically ugly retard is what they're calling him.
yeah, that's Brian. He's a he's the man. My dad's the man.
Yeah, that's Brian.
Yep. And and he and my mom dated in high school. They were a real Jack and Diane, if you will, back in the cars, hanging
Sucking
out.
down chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze.
Absolutely. They my mom, one time we found, my mom's name is Jody. She's she moved, they're all from my hometown, but my mom moved to Canada for a couple of years, as she always says, because her mom became a lesbian and she moved her to Canada, and then she no one ever talked about it, so my mom gained a bunch of weight in Canada, and then she came back to our small town and everybody called her the Moose from Canada. And that's a story I heard 1,000 times. So I was raised by the Moose from Canada.
Moose and Fugly?
And Fugly.
Sounds like a child's book.
Dude, what a Disney movie.
Yeah, and my dad is a real small town Massachusetts, pony boy, outsiders, fist fighting. I've seen my dad kick the shit out of so many. I mean, the amount of times my parents are obviously divorced.
I was getting there.
Yeah. When we were cleaning out my grandmother's apartment, we found like all these old letters that my mom had like written to her mom, being like, I sit at the window and I wait to see if Brian drives by. And they were like, crazy. But then my mom would always be like, I came to school and your dad didn't like my outfit, so he would send me home. Yeah, they really were toxic. But,
Yeah, that's toxic.
Yeah, they were toxic. But hey, they really had their moment in the sun.
Fugly had standards.
Yeah. Well, he was like, I think it was like if it was too revealing. I think it was more like controlling.
Okay.
But if you ask my dad, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That didn't happen.
So he probably feels some shame from it.
Maybe. I think he just doesn't care.
Yeah. It's what I did then. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fugly don't make mistakes.
No, I mean, and every like weekend, my mom would be like dropping us off at like my dad's house, and and my dad recently was like, "Stop talking bad about me on podcasts." I was like, "I'm not. I'm just telling the truth."
Yeah. My mom has tried that with my brother. She's like, I wish he would stop talking bad about me. And my brother's like, you mean just being honest?
Yeah. Also, I think my dad's awesome. We have such a great relationship. I just saw him a couple of days ago. He's so funny. I think he's so cool. I have a brother who's 15 years younger than me.
Okay.
He's turning 16, and they are like, he's such an incredible dad to Antonio, and it's a whole different I always say like I got raised by 23-year-old Brian, and Antonio got 40-year-old Brian, which is like fantastic for him. And my dad's great, but like we were getting dropped off, and my dad was like my dad like owned an apartment building with like 3 apartments in it, and he'd have like the guy at the bottom like up against the wall, choking him out, punching him in the face. My dad like still fights,
Still fights today.
My brother a couple of years ago was they were all going to my grandmother's house, and I'm from a town of like 3,000 people.
Okay, small town.
And we were going to my grandmother's house for Christmas. And so my brother was in a car he doesn't normally drive. He like got a new truck or something. And so he was like, oh, we're behind my dad on this street. Let's like ride his ass. And so he starts riding my dad's ass, and my dad slams on the brakes, jumps out of the car, and comes up to my brother's car to come like beat the shit out of whoever's riding his ass. And my brother was like, you're crazy. You're crazy. We were fucking with you. And then they get to my grandmother's house, and my little brother and his girlfriend were in the truck with him. I was like, you're going to kick some random guy's ass with your kids in the car?
With people in the car?
Yeah.
With witnesses?
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't care.
Oh, that's great, dude. What's your earliest memory with him?
Oh my God, with my dad. Probably fighting. Me and my dad really didn't get along at all while I was growing up. He was out doing his thing. Him and my mom had 4 kids. He was, living it up. Earliest memory, I'm like, probably going to monster trucks.
Yeah.
But we really didn't have a great relationship until I think we have very different interests, and we are a lot alike.
Okay.
So it's like our habits are with me, because my dad would always say growing up, like everything has to be the hard way with you, which is funny because everything has to be the hard way with him. And so it's like we had very polar opposite interests, but same personality type. And I didn't realize that growing up, because people would be like, you're not like your dad. And then now that I'm older, I'm like, I think I might be exactly like my dad.
Yeah.
Just, different interests. But
what parts of him do you see in yourself?
Oh my God. I wake up in the morning and I'm miserable. I every morning I wake up and I go, if someone fucking talks to me, I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Like I wake up pissed. I can get irritated really easily. I love smoking cigarettes. If I could, I'd still drink. Like all these. My dad is very funny. He loves to like if he's at the bar and there's a bunch of people there, he'll start like ripping on everybody at the bar. I love that. I think when I'm making fun of my friends in a group setting, I'm like, I'm so my dad right now. But then I started doing comedy, and everything changed, and it was like we finally clicked, and we found like funny, and so now we have for the last like 10 years I've had a great relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what about your mom?
My mom is, I love my mom. She's great. She she was like a stay-at-home mom, and then I had a sick sibling, and so then she was like taking care of her full time, and then
what was wrong with?
She had cortical dysplasia, and so she basically like had to have a bunch of brain surgeries. Okay. She ended up passing away when I was 13, and so it's okay, a long time ago. But after that, my mom like got a job at like the local outlets, and like. Since then, over the past like 15 years, has like worked her way up in the retail space and is now like the manager of like the Gap in Times Square. So like really went from like really nothing to everything. Very hardworking woman. But I think I have a harder time talking about my mom because she's much more sensitive. Like my dad, I can say anything about, and he said that to me. He's like, you can tell any story. You can make me look like a piece of shit. I don't care. Whatever makes it work. My mom kind of after the before.
He's gone by Fugly.
I know.
Most of his life.
I know. I have no jokes about my mom. I just like, I think my whole thing was like, because my mom went during the divorce, her one thing is like, she'd be like, don't go make fun of me at your dad's house. And that's what she always said to us.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the position I kind of took on my mom. And
loyalty seemed like really important to her.
Loyalty, yeah, that's funny you say that. Yeah, but like that's because it's like my dad's number one thing is like loyalty. Is like it's big with me now too. Like I'm like very into loyalty, and that's actually how I know that people are from the East Coast, because I was waiting tables a couple of years ago, and these guys were so loud talking about loyalty, and I was like, what part of the East Coast are you from? And they were like, how do you know we're from the East Coast? I was like, because you're screaming and you're talking about loyalty, and the only people who care about loyalty are people from the East Coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just always feel weird talking about my mom because she doesn't take jokes well and gets her feelings hurt very easily. So it's like very easy just to be like, well, then we won't talk about you at all.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk about my dad a little bit, but my dad died when I was 14.
Yeah.
So a lot of those memories with my dad, they're just like, I don't know, they're kind of precious
Yeah,
in a
of
way. You know,
course.
they're kind of sacred in a way.
Yeah.
Where it's like my mom, I'll talk about my mom till I'm blue in the face because she just unapologetically was who she was. And if you're going to unapologetically be who you are,
Yeah.
there's going to be people that are going to talk about that.
Oh yeah. They're gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's just the nature of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very like the kind of price you pay for being yourself. If you don't want everybody to hate, or a lot of people to hate you and have opinions on you, then be like everybody else.
Yeah. I don't think it's a price for uniqueness. I think that it's okay to be unique. You know what I mean? And be different.
People are still going to talk. If you're going to be different, then people are going to, that's just how the human, if you're different, people are going to talk shit about you.
Yeah.
What person ever grew up different was like, and everybody at my high school was so okay with it? Absolutely not.
Depends on what the difference is.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you got a guy that like, can hear police scanners.
Yeah, oh, that's fucking awesome. Which are police scanners legal here in Texas?
I think so.
They're illegal in Massachusetts.
see.
That's why I brought it up.
I know we had one in the house growing up.
By the way, the light on your face, Colton, for this is like is so like CSI tech guy.
It really is. It looks like you're about to like pull out a vial of semen.
It does.
Well, I'm doing
And be like,
research for this
actually-
investigation right now.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, don't talk about semen.
Yes, it's legal. It's legal to own and operate a police scanner in Texas,
Whoa.
There's a lot of things.
just as it is under federal law. Oh, it's
Federally legal?
Yeah, it says
But wait,
federally
look up
legal.
in Massachusetts because I'm like pretty sure you can't.
I know the radar detectors are illegal.
That's what I'm talking about, radar detectors.
Yeah, those are different than a police scanner. So a police scanner is just like access to their radio frequency. So you just, it's like a speaker, you know what I mean? Like a walkie-talkie. And you just listen into what the police are saying through dispatch.
Yeah.
Whereas a radar detector, it goes like beep when the cops
Yeah,
are
I'm talking about the radar detector.
Yeah, those are illegal in Mass.
Because, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
no, they're legal.
Really?
Legal in Massachusetts. Private passengers,
Oh, wow.
but they're not allowed in commercial vehicles.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, well, then I guess, hey, guys, I'm wrong.
There we go. You can have a radar detector in Mass.
We talk about the truth here. You know?
Yeah, no,
We're
I'm
all-
sorry
we're all
about
the
that.
truth.
No, it's, first off, do you know how many things I've gotten wrong on this podcast
I know,
that
I
I
get
haven't
everything
been able
wrong.
to correct?
Whenever people are like, what you said is wrong, I go, for sure. I'm like, I'm really uneducated. And I hear something, like if you told me one thing, I would spout it for 7 years. One time when I was a kid, my brother told me that you can never get lost in a Massachusetts forest because you can find a road within a mile of any forest in Massachusetts. And I've just been saying that since I was a kid. And I don't even know if that's true.
There's some Girl Scout walking around the woods right now. She's 15.
I'm like, you'll find a road within a mile somewhere. Any way you walk, you'll find a road within a mile.
But then the anxiety like peaks in. You're in a group of people and you say something like that, and then you immediately see someone just like pull up their phone, and you're like, oh.
Well, fuck them. It's like, have you ever heard of having a conversation and looking it up later? Like, the person that's like, I'm actually here to prove you wrong right now. I'm like, okay, grow up. Like, let me be. Like, what if we just lived in this imaginary world for a moment?
Speaking of forests, I had a stepdad, my second one, right, the one I hated the most.
Yeah.
He
Were
had
any of them hot?
no,
Yeah.
Tammy was a bottom of the barrel shopper.
Really?
Yeah, she was a clearance rack shopper.
Isn't it so funny to see like the men that would come into our mom's house? Because my mom dated a lot too, and you're kind of like, wow, really him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. There was a bunch of those. Like there would be like an old guy sometimes, like with all wrinkled
Yeah.
hands and shit. And you're just like, Tammy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, like honestly, her getting in relationships was crazy, but her being single,
Was worse?
way worse.
Really?
Way worse. Because she would have 5 boyfriends at one time.
Your mom's a sexual being.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's an entity.
Yeah. How old is she now?
She's born in 63, so what's that?
70?
62.
Yeah, 62?
Yeah, that's a year before my mother.
Yeah, so she's 62. Should
How
be
old are you?
I am 26.
So you had old parents.
Yeah, my dad was 44 when he had me. My mom was 34.
Not over here. I had parents 23.
But yeah, they had a forest behind the house. And when my mom met him after we were living in a trailer park in Brownsville, Virginia, and she met this dude, Randy, at a bar called the Back Door.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's where they met.
Me
They met
and
at the back door.
Me and Randy were at the back door, getting to know each other. And actually, he got into my back door.
Yep.
Sorry.
And I remember that.
Isn't it crazy that like men want to have anal sex with our moms?
I mean, I've.
Sorry, it's just like it's like you think of it as your mom, and then some other guy's like, "What if I fucked her in the ass?"
Yeah, the perspective's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because when I was with my mom, a lot of times people thought that me and her were together because I looked so much older than I was. I was widow peaking and had a beard at 17.
Really?
Yeah, so people thought that like around town, when me and my mom were together, that my mom had left a man and gotten with me.
I'm sure she'd love that.
Oh, yeah, she probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing Tammy.
That's
Yeah.
so dark.
Oh yeah, but that's
Do you think?
say love
Can I
you.
ask a really dark question?
Yeah.
Do you think that if you would, your mom would have sex with you?
I hope not.
Yeah, but you're not 100% certain. No.
No,
Is that dark? I said it might have been dark.
I'm intrigued.
I mean, it's a tough question, right? Because here's the issue with our relationship. I'm just going to break it down. It was very husband and wife
Emotionally.
while she was single because she depended upon me. Because
Yeah.
she was codependent. And I was codependent upon her. But as soon as she got in a relationship, that codependency changed. And she got codependent with someone else. And then things would be resentful between her and I. And it did mimic that of having to live with an ex.
Yeah.
And there was nothing sexual between me and my mother whatsoever. But the relationship that we formed, I would do anything for my mom.
Yeah.
Like, I've pulled guns on people for my mom. I've lied on the stand for my mom. I've done,
Are you supposed to say that on the camera?
I mean, at this point, statute of limitations.
Oh, okay, great. I've lied on the stand for my mom.
You're also probably a minor.
I was a minor, yeah. And my mom's telling me to go up and do it. You know what I mean? I'm being
Yeah.
coerced.
Yeah.
So at this-
yeah.
I mean, my mom wasn't worried about under God.
Yeah.
She
Did
was
you-
worried about, under Tammy.
Yeah. Did you go into the service to get away from your mom?
My mom pushed me in the service.
Really?
Yeah, because my mom was very much a control freak.
Yeah.
But she would give up control to other people and just do drugs, and then come back and be like, "What did you do? Why'd you fuck up my kid?"
Yeah.
And so that was always a big issue.
What
the back
kind
and
of
forth.
drugs?
Benzos,
Yeah.
always benzos, Valium, Xanax, and
To
then
be a woman
painkillers.
in the 80s. I like genuinely.
Yeah, 80s, 90s, man. They
Yeah.
were the opiate epidemic. Tammy was like on the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
Loving
orange
it.
bottle is one of the most dangerous things to a household. It's not a meth pipe or a heroin needle. I mean, yeah, those are bad.
Yeah.
But an orange bottle
It's pretty, yeah.
can be 10 times worse.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
Did anybody struggle with addiction when you were growing up?
Well, I think they still are now.
They still are now. Yeah.
I
Your
mean-
dad's still drinking?
Oh, yeah. But like, it's like, he is, but yeah, I would say he's an alcoholic probably. I think he would probably say that, but he's just like, what's the point of stopping now? I don't know. It's so hard to look back and be like, I also am like someone who's just not, at a certain point in my life, my parents were like, I love them so much. But with how everything shook out, it was like, I think I looked at them and was like, okay, these are two people, and understandably, their child died and they had their
Yeah.
own things going on. But I was like, these are not people that I can rely on to be parents. And not that sounds bad.
No. I know exactly what you mean.
So like
You had to parent yourself to a certain degree.
like when I turned 14, I got 2 jobs, and then I
Yeah.
just from that time on, I just paid for everything myself. I don't think I've ever asked my parents for money like since then.
well, I've always known you to be extremely self-reliant. Since
Well,
I've
it's
met
actually
you.
I would say it's hyper independence. I would say is my biggest strength and biggest con as well, because I also
'Cause you don't ask for help.
I can't ask for help. There's I can't ask for help like a fucking 40-year-old man, straight man. Like it's never gonna happen. I could never do it.
And you think that's just because your parents were so in their world that you had to kind of mend your own way or go your own way.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think it's also part of my personality.
Okay.
And then also, yeah, like there weren't people to it's just hard to look back and be like, yeah, they like my dad always had a drinking problem, but like it's not like he's not like you're not gonna walk into his house, he's gonna be blackout drunk. You know what I mean? He's just he drinks beer every single day and is kind of miserable.
So is he functioning?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like,
Do you want to get to a place where you can ask for help?
sometimes I wonder if like what's the point?
Because you're so good at it yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're truly self-made in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not somebody who's like saying like I don't ask for help, which means other people can't. Like if someone asks me for help, I'm like, yeah. Anything, 100%. But like I can't ask for it myself.
No, and I know that about you, and I know that like.
But what's the point of like getting to a point where you can, I guess the only reason to ask somebody else for help is to like build intimacy. Right?
I don't think so.
What's the other reason? If you can do it yourself.
I think community.
Yeah.
I think community is important. And I think having a community that you can rely on, because right now you can handle everything, right?
Yeah.
But there might be a point.
Yeah.
There might be a point where you can't.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just, but I've seen communities rally around people, just from the support that, they've been given and the support that they give.
Yeah, I guess
And it
maybe
can
I'm
be
nervous.
life-changing.
What'd you say?
It can be life-changing.
I know. I think maybe I'm like nervous that like asking for help means that I would like fall into this trap of like constantly needing help. Like it's like a trap door. If I ask once that like forever I'm gonna need help.
Also, you don't have to ask for help for people to help you. You know what I mean? Like I think asking for help is this thing where it's like, it may seem needy or wanting, that kind of thing where it's like, I need you to help me. But if someone's willing just to be like, hey, you need a ride to the airport?
That's so funny you bring that up. Like literally my roommate's like, we can pick you up from the airport. I'm like, I'm taking an Uber.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need. Yeah.
It was such a hard thing for me to get over too, because growing up in the traumatic situation I grew up in, I was also radically self-reliant.
I think also, and this is sometimes I get a little bit nervous talking about like my parents or just in my family dynamic, but like a lot of the times if I did ask for help, it was like later on it was used against me. You know what I mean? Like,
weaponized, right?
I drove you to the airport. And so I'm like, it's a part of, I can do it myself. And then also I don't like to, you have nothing on me. I owe nothing to anybody. No one can say I did this for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like things being thrown back in my face.
I only do that when I'm at my most insecure.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that I've done it. Like when I need to be communicated with and somebody's not communicating with me or something to that regard. That's when I'll be like, hey, listen, all this shit that I did and all I'm asking for is communication. And I'll try to leverage all the things that I did to get the thing that I want.
Yeah.
Rather than just accept that I'm not going to get that thing.
Yeah. I have that too. I have it in my head where like, because I'll be like, well, I did this. And I'm really good about like, one thing, I'm a professional yapper and I overshare about my personal life all the time.
Me too.
One thing that I am good at is keeping those emotions and thoughts back and examining them before actually saying it. So I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. Like I have the thought of like, well, I did this for that person. And then I talk to myself and say, but you chose to do that. You chose to do that. And that doesn't mean doing something for somebody else doesn't mean that they, and in the same way, I would hate for someone to think that about me. I can't think about other people.
Yeah.
So I really try to work on that. And so I don't ever say to somebody, I did this for you. Because what a gross feeling.
It is, and I've done it, and I've even done it recently.
Really?
And I felt really, really bad.
It never feels good when you.
It feels fucking horrible. It feels fucking horrible because I didn't.
Well, you're flailing. You're like, what can I say right now to get this person to do or say what I need them to do or hear from them?
Yeah.
And it's manipulation, not in a bad way, but like it's manipulating.
The
emotions around us. It is bad. I know.
It is bad. I know you're trying to make me feel better about it.
Well, it's me too. I hate the word manipulation because it makes me sound like I'm this like gay predator. But like
no, it is so manipulative.
I'm manipulative, and I just like I am trying to make sure that everybody's okay. Nobody's mad at me, but that's also unfair.
Yeah,
But
also here's the thing: nowhere when I'm doing these things for people that I'm willing to do, and I don't want to say I'm selfless again, but like if somebody
you
calls
really
me,
have to wait for other people to call you selfless.
But if somebody calls me,
yourself.
like for example, Like if somebody calls me and they're like, "Hey, I need some. I can't deliver these flowers.
Yeah.
I need somebody to come help me deliver these flowers.
I'm on the way.
I'm on the way.
I know.
And I'll do that. And I won't think twice about it. And there will be no resentment. There will be no nothing until I feel vulnerable.
And then they're breaking up with you and you're like, I picked up the fucking flowers.
Absolutely.
And you're like, yeah, well, that doesn't mean, that we're
That doesn't mean
together.
you have to love you because of that.
I know. And life's not fair. It's just not. You can do everything in the world and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying. That's why I feel this way, kind of jumping around a little bit, but a lot about this, about like marriage and, relationships. And, I think part of the reason people get married is to like, we are committing to each other that we will never change and like, or we will change together and like we will be together. I think it's people being like, let's both commit to this. And it's like, it's not really fair.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think you've seen more good examples of marriage or more bad examples of marriage?
I've never seen a marriage that I want. I've just never, and I'm sure there are marriages that are great marriages, but I look at them and I go, that's not what I want. I also, I just don't think that marriage and relationships are the most important thing.
I used to want a wife when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I want a friend.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between the two.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had trouble being honest with a wife.
Yeah.
I don't have trouble being honest with a friend.
Yeah, but like his friend is so like tough to use. Cause
It is a tough word to use, but I mean, okay, partner.
Yeah.
I think companion.
companion, yeah.
is like a good.
Well, partner
word.
makes you sound gay and companion makes you sound old. Okay, so
and there's nothing wrong with either of them. All right.
oh god. I'm like, John, we can be friends.
I'll never say that again. I guess.
Do you believe in marriage in any capacity?
No. I mean, I believe that it exists because people are married around me, but I don't. But like, if my own, I also just like, I've been thinking about
Not
this
like
a lo-
Santa.
Well, this is just my own personal belief, and it's not condemning what other people do, but I had this really recent realization where I was like, yeah, my entire life and who I am has never been traditional. So why would I ever expect to live a traditional life? Because I just got back from my hometown and, you run into everybody. And I ran into 3 people who had just gotten married in the last 3 weeks for my grade. And my girlfriends were kind of being like, well, I really want to get married. And I was like, why doesn't that bug me? And I was like, well, I don't know, because I've literally never lived, and nothing about me as a person has ever been traditional. So why would I ever compare myself to traditional lifestyles that I don't know. I just I don't see the point in getting married. To me.
Is it like the idea of, the institutionalized like marriage that you're not against, or is it that the idea of having like that one person that you could see living your life with?
I don't think neither, and I'm not against it. I just think for me, just because you play dress up in front of your friends and family doesn't mean that you mean it more than somebody laying in bed with somebody saying I love you. It's just I think if I guess I take words pretty seriously. So if I told somebody like, oh yeah, and also like I don't know what are really, I'm kind of struggling to recently to be like, I'm not really sure. I've never been in like a serious relationship. And I kind of struggled to even know what they are. And because from what I see, and I probably only hear mostly the bad stuff, but like they don't really seem worth it for a lot of different reasons. I think it depends on what your goals are. And I think a lot of people don't think about their goals when they think about what they want out of a relationship, and they value relationships just as high as their goals. And so, and I think somebody in relationships always gets fucked over in their goals in relationships.
Yeah.
Like, I think that part of the reason why I'm doing so well in my career is because I've literally never been fucking around in the comedy scene, dating, having these crazy bullshit things. The only time I've ever had like a serious relationship type feelings and tornado of a situation is like the worst I was ever doing in comedy.
You do a good job of caring for yourself.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's also can be attributed to the fact that you're not a codependent person, and you're not somebody that.
Oh, buddy, but in codependent in what way?
Well, I mean, the fact that you feel like you need someone.
Not romantically, but I found myself in. I think part of the reason why I don't feel like I almost feel like if I get into a relationship or I meet somebody, I'm so scared that I'm going to attach. It's kind of like the asking for help thing. Like if I attach myself to somebody, I'm going to need them, and then what happens then? When we inevitably break up, and then I still need them, and that scares the shit out of me. But I can be codependent. I've been in like codependent friendships. I mean, I've been in some fucked up situations.
So with the divorce and your parents, and seeing that marriage dissolve,
Messy divorce. Yeah. I mean, small town slaughter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Everybody in town is talking about the divorce.
the rumor mill.
Oh, the rumor fucking mill. I mean, my mom's new boyfriend's got a black guy. It's from my dad. It's crazy.
Hey,
Same old fugs.
Hey, Fugly punches, dude.
Oh, for sure. I remember one time my dad picked me up from school, me and my brother, and he goes, "You had to have a conversation." I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I punched that." I'm not gonna say the last name, but he was like, "I punched this kid." He grabbed him by the throat, and he was like, I think he was like 17, and he was like talking shit at the gas station, and my dad grabbed him by the throat, and he was like, "So their dad might try to beat the shit out of me." It's like he's a fighter.
Yeah. I only watched my dad fight one time.
Really?
But my dad was 6'9" and he weighed 290 pounds.
Whoa.
So my dad was massive.
Yeah.
And he got jumped outside of a food line.
Was he fat?
No, he was
Ben.
just solid.
Really?
Yeah, solid.
Was he good looking?
I'll show you a picture in a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry, is that an inappropriate question? I know he passed away.
No, it's fine. I don't. My dad looked like
6'9". I'm like, I got Google.
my dad looked like you supersized Chuck Norris.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm into your dad.
That's the second person that said they've been into your dad.
Yeah.
Since we're doing the podcast.
Who was the other person?
Quinn.
Yeah,
Quinn
Quinn Collins. That would make sense that you guys would have the same.
We're
taste.
very similar.
Similar voices.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's got that rasp, dude. She sounds like she knows her way around an alternator.
Oh yeah,
I love Quinn, dude. She did the pod.
she's the best.
Yeah, she's great.
I haven't seen her in forever.
Go to Sunset.
I know. That's the thing. You know what sucks? And okay, not to complain about my career, but
Please do.
I will, just because I've been thinking a lot about it, obviously, because my life has changed so much. But it is so amazing to like be able to go on the road and meet all these people who want to come see me, and it really is like such a dream come true. But also, there's no one talks about in comedy like what it actually feels and looks like. So I'm kind of going through this thing of like this time last year, I was having the time of my life here in Austin. I was out every single night doing spots around my friends. There's 8 comedy clubs here. I'm doing 3-4 spots a night, running around. and then hanging out till 1 o'clock in the morning in East Austin, just like going to Sunset, doing all the shows, having walking from club to club to club and doing spots and 10 to 15 spots. And I was like, this is the best my life has ever been. And right now is incredible too. But now I'm just on the road every weekend alone.
Yeah.
And so you go from
changes.
being with your friends constantly and being like, this is a dream come true, to like, I'm alone. And then when I'm back in town, I'm like so exhausted from the road that and then everyone doesn't know you're in town, so you're not doing as many spots. And you're just like, so I like got my dreams came true and I lost my community.
Yeah.
So there has been a little bit of a trade-off. It's a trade-off.
It's a trade-off. Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, that's why so many comics take their friends on the road with them.
I know.
It's why.
I know. I need to get better ticket sales so I can start bringing people.
Yeah, because that's what changes it, right? Is when you can cycle out your friends and have different experiences with different people in different cities.
Because let me tell you something. Me alone in a hotel room, worst version of myself.
You know what's funny is I've spent a lot of time on the road too, but I've been on the road a lot more as a feature than you have. So I've done a lot more opening.
Yeah.
And the opening is a different grind.
Oh, yeah.
It's a completely different thing.
Well,
because,
you're working.
Yeah, you are working. And you're also, slave is the wrong word.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the wrong word.
Yeah.
But you do have a certain responsibility to the person that you're on the road with.
Yeah.
To make it better for them because one, they're taking you, and two, you know how lonely it is. Because I've headlined too.
Yeah.
You know, I headline all over as well. And I'm on those weekends alone too.
Yeah.
And so you kind of want to make it better for that person. And then you get caught up in that.
Yeah. And if you're codependent, that's a huge problem.
It's a huge problem.
Well,
And then
that's
when
the
you're
other
not working with each other, you miss it. And
Yeah. I think that's also the problem with me and like bringing people on the road because I'm like, I want to so badly, but I'm like, like I said, I'm like, I have to be like making it's. That's the other thing is like you hear comics all the time be like, I want to go out and like feature for somebody, and then you're like, do you know how well the comic has to be doing to afford to bring their feature? It is so because I'm also like never gonna be a comic who like brings someone on the road and like pays for their like flight and hotel and then just says like, yeah, and the club pays fine. I'm like, that's just not ever gonna be me. If I'm ever bringing someone on the road, there's no way I'm not giving them like a fat Venmo afterwards. And so it sucks because you're like, it's like I would love to be with my friends, but also I'm like, these deals suck.
Yeah, it just depends. If I'm selling tickets and the tickets have sold well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna break you off.
Yeah.
But if I'm on a club deal where I'm making a $500 a show for the weekend, after my flight, my food, and after I've paid for your food, and
That's
put
the
you
other
up,
thing, yeah, that all the food, yeah.
and whatever, that all adds up, and that's why I've never been resentful. I have been at times of certain headliners, not tipping me out for the weekend, but also
we both know stories of comics who are like selling their merch out, making $40,000 for the weekend, and not giving a comic anything.
I know.
And that I can't ever get. And
I've
it's
seen-
heartbreaking when you find out who it is.
buddy, I've seen opening for 25,000 people
Yeah.
and getting $250.
I don't know how they sleep at night.
It's insane.
I genuinely don't know how they sleep at night.
It's insane, man. But
You grind on.
you grind on.
Yeah.
And that headliner is that headliner, and everybody knows.
I know.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
And it's crazy that we all know,
There's so many of them though.
but there's one in particular.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one in particular.
Yeah, there is.
And I'm not, I'm not in the business. This podcast doesn't exist to talk shit about people.
No.
It exists, so that we can talk about our shit and feel better about it.
Yeah.
Just to not to take it to too dog of a place, but I was just kind of curious when you said it. Did you ever, when you were in high school, because how were you and your parents divorced?
7th, 8th grade, 13.
Okay, when you were in 8th grade, 9th grade, did you hear about it from your friends at all?
My parents' divorce?
Yeah, did they know about it?
Yeah.
Okay, did they know about it from you or because they had seen a little bit of it firsthand?
Firsthand. Yeah.
So what was that like when you're sitting over there with your friends and your parents are arguing?
It's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
So if you have your friends over and your parents are like,
sorry. Let me backtrack. I don't know if my friends ever saw my parents fighting.
okay,
From such a small town, parents and friends talking about the divorce.
okay,
And so they would ask questions about things that I didn't realize other people knew about. But because small town, everybody
Yeah.
knows everything, you're like going through and they're kind of like, you're like, oh shit. So everybody knows what was going on in my house. And that's embarrassing because they didn't see it firsthand. They heard about it from their parents.
so you felt like you didn't have any privacy from it, or you just couldn't escape it?
It's hard to even remember that time. There was a lot of fucked up shit happening during middle school era. Like it was, so I don't have to be honest, I really don't have a ton of memories of my parents' divorce because it was like within a 2-year span, my parents got divorced. It was a huge deal in my hometown. And then, they are still to this day, do not speak and don't
Hate each other.
Yeah, they'll be at my nephew's birthday party, on opposite ends of the lawn, not speaking. You know what I mean? It's very much it's been 20 years.
You could let it go.
Yeah, and so it's that, and then it's like Italian small town families. It's they're never gonna let it go.
Yeah.
And so within a 2-year period, it was my parents got divorced. I'm secretly gay. I'm fat. My sister died, and then my friend killed herself. And within 2 years. And so I just don't have sometimes I say my memory starts in 9th grade,
Yeah.
and everything else was just blacked out.
No, that's fair. You could, yeah. I would imagine.
I mean, from what you're talking about, it's it kind of does make sense how, you're talking about just your feelings on just, marriage and like all that, because all of those formative memories and all of that crazy shit happening at that time with your parents' divorce also happening and being so messy. It's like, because
you're also having your own identity
exactly.
issues.
And like I had kind of a similar thing to that, like same age range and a lot of crazy shit happening.
Yeah.
And still same way, parents like can't even be, like they've probably been in a room together like 2 times, and one of them I was in the emergency room.
I was gonna say if you're in the emergency room, they do kind of they shelve it and they can have a good time in the emergency room, but that's it.
That was the first time I saw my parents talk again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was when I fell off a swing set and like busted the back of my head wide open.
Yeah.
And my dad.
And then you start being like, should I hurt myself all the times that they talk?
Right? Yeah. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. Yeah, so Fugly did he ever remarry?
Oh yes, he married my stepmom Courtney.
Okay,
and Courtney was cool. We used to fight a lot too, and she was a teacher at the school, and she had a lizard tattoo. Yeah, her and my dad were both pretty miserable. They were both like miserable people. I love Courtney. Courtney always is like, "You're my favorite ex-step kid," but. And that's my brother's mom. So, but we all get along now. But yeah, it was a tough go around. We'll just say that with everything.
And did your mom remarry too?
No, my dad and Courtney did get divorced. Okay. And my dad has now been in a relationship for the past it's gotta be like 10, 12 years with the same woman who's incredible, Kathy. We love Kathy. She's the best. And she's
Fugly's a serial monogamist.
Yeah, he gets hot women too, and he I don't know about monogamous, but but he's definitely always got a girl. And but Kathy's the best. She's been my fun fact about Kathy is that she has been James Taylor's housekeeper for over 20 years.
What?
He sang "Happy Birthday" at our 50th birthday party where they got engaged. I'm a big James Taylor fan.
I've seen James Taylor live.
Well, so I'm from the Berkshires, which James Taylor sings like from Stockbridge to Boston.
Yeah.
Where I grew up is I used to work in Stockbridge. I'm from the town right next to it. So
he grew up in Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think James Taylor is so interesting to his heroin addiction and the music. And
I love James Taylor.
I know, me too. I watch all of his like TV appearances from the 70s. They're so good. He's so fucking hot.
I was going to say that. I was going to ask you.
So fucking hot. It's
he was
crazy.
extreme. James Taylor was extremely attractive.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see the story about James Taylor's pig?
No.
Like he was really into pigs.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that like somebody brought their pig over to his pig and his pig killed it.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he ended up doing like a nice gesture. It's a crazy story.
I'm like very into like music lore from like the 70s, 80s, and
Me
90s,
too.
and I love I watched a documentary about like the music in New York City in the early 2000s. I think it's called Meet Me in the Bathroom, and it's literally it just makes me. I wish I could make music. That's the whole thing. As I wish I was James. I want to be James Taylor.
I went on a rant about this fucking yesterday, where I'm like, I don't think you understand. If I had a musical note in my damn body,
I know
I would never do comedy again for the rest of my life. If I could just sing one note.
I actually think that if I got singing lessons and I learned the guitar, I actually think I have some good songs, and I do think I have at least one album inside me.
You've got the music in you?
What I would like to do is get really famous in comedy, like really famous, and then get all the lessons and like pay for them, and then make an album under a fake name and then put it out and see if I can make it happen without people knowing it's me.
Like your Chris Gaines moment, like Garth Brooks?
Yeah. But and then let's see if it works.
That would be a cool like experiment too. Also, like if it is at that point and like you have nothing else to worry about, you're super successful. It's like, why not? Let's just do a little let's see if I can start from the ground up.
Eddie Murphy did it.
That's cool. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy did it.
I'm gonna do that.
Eddie Murphy's got a song. You didn't know that from the 80s?
Yeah, but he was he didn't like change his name.
No, but he did music.
Yeah,
but you don't want those. Like fans are so loyal; they'll be like, "It's good" when it's not. It's like, and all my fans are like women, so they'll lie to me. They'll be like, "I love this song," And so I'm like, I gotta do it under a fake name.
Okay,
I have to wear like a mask or something.
Nice.
Yeah, but all of my issues have just from my parents and growing up have all just trickled into like hypervigilance, workaholism, and like having sex with strangers.
You got the good superpowers.
Yeah, I guess. I
got the bad ones.
What your codependency?
Codependency, crippling depression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
always looking for a girlfriend.
You know what?
You are.
No, I'm just.
You're always getting locked down.
No, yes.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
But here's the
have
thing.
do you think me and you have tension?
Dylan,
Just be honest. Look in the
Dylan.
camera right now and tell me, do you think we
Dylan,
have a little,
Dylan.
just a little bit of sexual tension?
Dylan, you're the only person that I send houses to
I know. We do send houses.
that I would live in with you.
Every time.
You know what I mean? Like,
know.
literally.
Every time I go, it's a picture from Jon Carden. I go, what is it? I go, is today the day?
Is today the day? Do I get to see the flesh of Carden?
Yeah, and then I go, oh, it's just another gorgeous home.
But I'm saying, hey, let's live here.
I know, I'm so down.
3-car garage though, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. We have the same
God.
taste in homes. That's why.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah, we both like cabiny, kind of like a cozy feel.
If you ever get a chance to look at Kirsten Dunst's home, I love that.
It's so cool.
It's the coolest house ever. I'm like, it's so dark and I love it.
We like I really love architecture.
Same.
And it wasn't until like I got a little bit older that I could actually be like honest with myself that I enjoyed watching HGTV alone.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I don't need to be in a relationship to watch HGTV.
No.
Dude, I love the ones where it's like
Do you think you get into relationships so that you're like, see, I'm good?
I think I have a desperate need to feel value and feel love.
Yeah. And you get that in relationships.
Because I give so much of myself. And I
But
tolerate
is that good?
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I tolerate all of their bad behavior and I almost award myself for the tolerance.
But are you picking people that you know have secret bad behavior so that you're recreating the situation with your mom that you're trying to fix?
No, I think I'm picking like,
Even subconsciously?
yeah, I am picking people that I don't want to fix.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. I'm picking people that I believe I can fix,
That's
which is
worse.
more dangerous.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's way more dangerous.
Yeah, because then you have the delusion and the hope.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have the delusion, but to actually have the hope is bad.
But I can't fix anybody because I can't fix myself.
Well, also, it's not your job. Like, it's people always go like, I'm trying to fix people. It's like, well, it's not your job to fix anybody.
No.
And I really am trying to work on like taking people where they're at. And just even just in friendships, being like, this is what like because I have I recently saw a psychic for my birthday, and she was saying that like astrology wise, like I make a lot of friends, but they don't always stick around, and it's because I expect everybody to be working as hard as I am, and she goes, and then some people don't want to do that, so they just feel like pressured by you, and then they leave. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes like a lot of sense. But I'm really trying to be better about that and be like, it's okay if they don't want to do work that hard. It's okay if they'd rather be in a relationship and which most people would. I'm the outlier here. I'm always telling people, I'm like, you don't need to be in relationships, like work really hard on your dreams and goals, but sometimes you have to remember, like, that's not what everybody wants. Some people are like totally fine giving up what they wanted out of life to be in like a secure relationship or a relationship in general. And I'm learning to be okay with that.
What I had to learn was the difference between okay and of course.
Say more.
So because being okay with something, it's like that's acceptance. But like for me, noticing that like something happened, like for example, my junkie friend got lost in an alley and slept behind a dumpster.
Of course.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
You know, it's not okay they did that. It's of course they did that.
Yeah.
That's the person they are. Those are the decisions that they're making. And I accept that.
Yeah.
And so I think learning just the power of course, was super important. It also hurt me a little bit because it made me radically accept things.
Yeah.
But I had to definitely learn that there's a limit there to of course. And accepting it and knowing it is different, between acting on it and all those different, things that come with that.
Yeah, because when people are close in my life and they do really I can feel it in my body. Like I'm like, oh my god, like I want to do this, or I have certain people where, and then I have to remind myself like, you are not in control at all, and you have to let go of it because I will kill myself trying.
Yeah.
And
I will too.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But it just comes from like self-soothing and hope and trying. You know what I've realized recently? Everything I do and in controlling, because I can be very like trying to control the narrative and situation, is all to avoid negative outcomes, negative emotions, negative like other people having negative. So that's all it is. It's just anything negative. like even with my friends, like I have my roommate and she'll get so
I know what you mean.
upset with me because like we'll be driving. I'm like, oh no, take this way. And she's like, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, but you're going to sit at a red light when you could have missed it like right here. And she's like,
It's 2 minutes.
yeah. And I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, it's controlling. It's like, because I'm like, I think I know best and I'm trying to avoid everything. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. When there's power in just breathing and writing.
Yeah. I hate that though.
I would like
to be, if I'm like, God, everything would be
Because you don't
so,
feel the power in it.
yeah, but I truly, and this is so wrong, but I'm like, I feel like, everything would just work so much better if everyone did things my way.
I think everybody kind of thinks that at times.
Yeah.
That's why politics are so fun.
Yeah, that's true. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't care what anybody else does in their personal life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could be like, I'm dating this person. I'm doing this sexually. I'd be like, well, live your life, king.
Yeah.
But I don't care. But like, I don't know. It's so tough.
Yeah. It is tough. Dating for any kid that went through trauma, and most people went through trauma. Like, that's the thing. Is like, I would say if you look at 98% of people went through some deep level, if not deep level trauma, some form of a trauma growing up.
Yeah.
Certain people had more, certain people had toxicity, all these different things to go into it. But everybody went through shit.
I know. You know what's so funny? And people start talking about dating, and I'm like, I literally don't date.
I know.
I do not remember the last time I went on a date. An actual like date has to be like 3-4 years.
When's the last time you were asked out?
I've never been asked out.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been asked out. I mean, I jerked off the guy at a hotel today,
But I don't date.
but I haven't been on a date. Sometimes I have like such crazy sex stuff that I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't been kissed in 6 months, but I'm like coming with people. I'm like, this is wrong.
I haven't been kissed in 6 months, but I just came with a stranger.
Yeah. I know it's bad.
Dude, oh man. Which parent did you come out to first?
Oh, my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Did she know?
Yeah. Everyone knew.
Everybody knew you?
Yeah. That was the humiliation ritual of coming out when everybody already knows. Yeah. Kind of just a parade. I got into a big fight with my dad and told him to fuck off, and he took the license plates off of my car, and then we had to have a conversation. And during that conversation, I was like, I'm gay. And he was like, I know. I was like, okay, great. Can I have my license plate back?
Were you trying to use it as like was there a part of you where you're like, maybe this will get like the license plate?
Yeah, for sure. Also,
yeah.
I had told, he goes, you told everybody in town except for me.
Yeah.
I go, that's true.
You kind of like Kevin Spacey'd it a little bit.
I mean,
Well,
even with my mom, though, like I knew she was going to be okay with it. So I like doubled in. And when I told her I was gay, I was like, I have something to tell you. She's like, what? I was like, I'm gay, smoke cigarettes, and I have a bunch of tattoos. And she was like, you're gay? I was like, yeah.
That's the way you do it, dude. Drop all of it at once.
Yeah. And then,
Pick your poison.
yeah, because it's like she can't even get mad. That's manipulative. I'm like, she can't get mad about the cigarettes if I tell her I'm gay because she's going to be so happy I'm telling her.
That is manipulative.
Yeah, I'm manipulative.
It's genius,
Yeah.
but also.
I prefer the word strategic. I'm like Taylor Swift, a mastermind.
Did Fugly ever hit you?
No.
Never.
Nope. No. We didn't come from a hitting family. Yeah, we're like more say something that really would shake you to your core and that you think about till you're an adult. But we were pretty good. And it wasn't that bad, was it that bad? Who knows? I also have no I'm not somebody that sits around being like, oh my God, my parents really fucked me. Just because at this point I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't even think about that often either. And
Yeah.
this shit that happened to me is fucking
Bad.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
torture and shit. But I try I've done so much therapy. I've done EMDR, we was talking about it earlier. I've done so much therapy of trying to get over a lot of the stuff that happened. And it took me before I had a gay therapist.
Well, but here's the thing, though, if you're listening to this podcast that people don't understand, is that John has been running from these gay thoughts. I mean, for so long. And that's just how it is. And that's totally fine. If John, in 2 years, if John said, I'm openly a bisexual man, I'd be like, we knew, King. We knew.
It wasn't until I had a gay therapist that I actually realized that I had PTSD from my childhood.
Yeah.
And he really opened me up Wrong fucking
Yeah.
word.
Open me up
Or
and
was it the
bend
right
me
one?
over.
But
Was this in-person therapy?
Was
by
he
the way?
hot?
my therapist?
Yeah.
You would probably think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he look like?
I wasn't. I mean, I'm not super attracted to dudes.
Yeah, just me.
Just you. Just you, Dylan. Oh man. But no, he's like the first one that really like told me, hey, you have PTSD. You were tortured as a child. And so
Yeah.
And I never equated what I went through, the punishment, as torture, because to me, it was just punishment.
Yeah.
And almost like I felt like I deserved it.
Yeah, well,
But
I'm sure
when
they were. Yeah.
you're having to write 500
kind of
sentences
torture?
to be able to eat a tomato, and that's the only food you're going to get for days.
That's it. That happened to you.
Buddy,
Who did that?
my stepdad. And then we would be forced to take ice cold baths. And then that was all the time. And then to stay
Ice
warm,
cold bath. Why? For punishment?
punishment. And then to stay warm, we would have to run around the house butt naked.
And is this? Sorry, I don't know how many questions I'm allowed to ask. Is this was this like a sexual thing for him?
It's hard to say because he did take the doorknobs off our doors to watch us masturbate.
Did he say that?
I mean, it was to catch us masturbating, right? It's because we're not supposed to do it in his house. But
Wait, so he took the doorknobs off so that you wouldn't masturbate?
yeah, but I mean, I have vivid memories of like whacking it and then looking up and seeing his eye through the hole.
Whoa, that's fucked.
And then if we missed the bus, there was boot camp. Where
What did you do when you saw the hole? You were like, "Give me a second."
I mean, I jump. You know what I mean? I fucking put it away.
Yeah.
And because he shamed it, it was constantly shamed.
And then what? He catches you masturbating, and then all of a sudden it's ice bath.
It's punishment. You're gonna have to write 500 sentences before you eat.
Jesus, where is he now?
Somewhere in North Carolina. Yeah, I went by there. I went by the house 3-4 years ago.
Have you ever seen him as an adult?
I saw him when I was like 17 or 18. I was working at Subway, and it's tough. And I was telling, Colt about it earlier. And what makes abuse so tough, and what makes it so difficult, is that I wanted him to love me.
Yeah.
I did, and that's one of the reasons I tolerate so much stuff in relationships that I do. It's because I grew up.
Well, your dad had died, and it was this false, like, we were going to have a new dad.
Well, it was,
and this guy's going to be here for you.
and he didn't do anything but kind of lay on the couch, pop pills, and watch History Channel, and tell me how bad I was at life.
Yeah.
And so there was just, and I mean, buddy, the amount of stuff, like I would have to wash his truck 2 or 3 times a week, every week, and if I messed one spot on it, he would beat me with a paddle.
Oh my God.
I mean, I was in tobacco fields every day working in tobacco from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. Then I got to come home and write sentences, wash his truck, do the dishes, sweep the floor, get everything that they didn't do. And so I had this Herculean amount of responsibility on me at such a young age.
Yeah.
And it took
How long were they together?
from the time I was 9 to the time I was 17, 16.
Damn.
So it was a while. Then I ended up getting sent away to that wilderness camp when I was like 14. And so it was, right after my dad died, I got sent away to that. But it's easy to set back. Here's the thing. It's easy for me to talk about this. It's hard for people to hear it.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I was so aware that it's so hard to hear that I just wouldn't talk about it.
I don't think it's hard to hear. I mean, it is. It's awful. Like I don't think I knew all of that, but and I'm so sorry you went through that. But I think most people are not equipped to have conversations and look somebody in the eye while they're saying like the awful things because to you, you're like, you went through it and you've like worked through it. So it's like for you, of course, you're like, I know you're here. You are, you know what I mean? You're here and you're okay, relatively. I mean, you're serial monogamous and you need other help, but like.
Well, one of the tough things is my mom takes zero responsibility,
Of
right?
course. And
she
but
says,
you can't expect her to.
no, actually I can't. I cannot expect any.
A woman that would
shape, or
let that
form.
happen to her children is not going to later on be like, oh, wow, that was my fault.
And to her, we, her words are, we were bad kids.
Yeah.
But no child deserves to be punished like that.
Also, there's just no type of what were you doing? Like selling her panties online? like it can't be that bad to like
sneaking away to watch porn.
Yeah, like that's not bad. And
that was just me trying to feel something good because I had associated with masturbation with the only thing that I felt good.
Also, like Yeah, guess what? Like it's like animals masturbate. Everybody masturbates. The problem is religion, and that like and them being like it's all about. Then you went about I got control issues. Religion's got control issues, and then like, to the point where this guy's fucking watching you, then masturbating. That's fucked. Yeah, of course, and and then there's shame with sex and shame with all this other stuff.
Oh,
and,
absolutely, yeah. And it was.
Do you still feel shame with like sex and masturbation?
No, not as much anymore. I've worked on it a lot.
Yeah,
done a lot of therapy on it. I do. I find myself in toxic situations a lot, and I tolerate a lot, and it's just so that I can feel love. Yeah, and it's not love. It's this sadistic form of it that I've built in my head.
But you're also going for people. You are subconsciously fixing this relationship with your mom through women who have toxic behaviors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix my relationship with my mother.
You should find a girl who like is nothing like your mom.
I've tried, and she doesn't want me.
Yeah. No, you know what you need? You need like your like Kristen Bell to Dak Shepard.
I really do.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Kristen Bell who's just like happy, and Dak Shepard who's like, I love drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I need to find my Kristen Bell, and who knows? She's out there.
Yeah, for sure she's out there.
We always close this up really simply, and if you had one piece of parenting advice to give to every parent out there that's raising a kid right now, based on what you went through growing up, your upbringing, and just like your parents, what advice would you give to other parents?
To people who already have kids, what advice would I give? That's a really good question. Well, first off, I want to say thanks for having me.
Of course.
God, good advice based off what I went through? Just because you are afraid doesn't mean that it's wrong. So like when your kid is doing something, then you're like, this isn't, maybe like with the religion, or like this isn't just because you feel a certain way and it triggers you in a certain way doesn't mean that what your kid's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Because I also grew up in a lot of times of being like, I'm in trouble. My whole life was I'm in trouble.
Me too.
It didn't go from like, so now my whole life I'm just like, am I in trouble? And also you're constantly punishing your kids for things that you're afraid that they might do is just not going to stop them from doing it. It's only going to keep them from telling you the truth and putting them in more toxic situations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I would find myself, in crazy places in high school and middle school with my parents still to this day I have no idea about and never will. And because if I told them then, they would have freaked the fuck out.
Yeah. I think as a parent, you have the responsibility to praise hard truths.
And this one isn't even like, sorry, this isn't even about my parents. This is just what I see that bugs me. You don't have children to have children. You have children to raise them into being adults. So the I can't even say the word right now, the infantilizing of children, it's like, yes, you should protect children, but like also raise them as they will spend the majority of their life as an adult. So stop like shielding them and babying them from the truth and actually set them up for success.
Yeah.
That I see a lot of where it's like parents that do everything for their kids and then their kids go to college and they're like, I don't know how to do laundry. And you're like, yeah, you're going to be fucked. It's crazy.
Yeah. We were talking about it just before this podcast, where it's like we teach kids nothing that they actually need to know.
No.
We don't teach them emotional well-being. We teach them algebra.
Which also I've been thinking about our school system is like basically just to like Hunger Games find the smartest and bring those people to NASA and into doctors, and then everybody else just goes into like blue collar work. Yeah, it's actually fucked. It's not at all to help. It's literally just to find the bright minds.
Yeah, just to weed out who's not that.
It's kind of fucked if you think about it, being like, oh, we all you learn nothing in high school that you need for the rest of your life.
No. Maybe human interaction.
Yo, that's it. That's for sure.
Maybe besides that, but that's not in the classroom.
No.
That's in the hallways, like skipping class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you texting?
The next guest.
Oh, who's that?
Emily.
Emily who?
Wade.
Oh, nice. I love Emily Wade.
Yeah, me too. I like Jamie and Emily.
Yeah,
I've had Jamie on. Jamie's Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her, Jamie, and I love her sister, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler.
Tyler.
Yeah,
They're the best.
they're awesome. This has been a great episode.
Thank you for having me. I hope this was good.
Oh, it's
No,
been
it was
awesome. This has been great.
Fantastic.
Okay, great. I'm
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
to
it was
collab
great.
on any clips.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of good clips.
Oh, absolutely.
Tammy's kids, thank you guys for coming in, tuning in to another fun-filled episode of Tammy's Boy. Make sure you're writing in with your stories to tammy'sboypodcast@gmail.com. You can DM the Instagram, the TikTok. Make sure you're following us on socials. And make sure you're following Dylan. You want to let him know where you're at next?
Dylan P. Carlino. I will be on the road every single weekend until June of next year. Come see me.
There you go. Go see Dylan. He's absolutely amazing.
That's nice.
And we're going to buy a cabin together one day.
And you can find me in hotel rooms all across the country on Grindr looking for you to suck your boyfriend's cock.
This has been Tammy's Boy. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Each family brings joy. Was your childhood destroyed? Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Did your mama lie? Did your daddy make you cry? Hey,